Okay, I said I'd make a video of this next time I did it. Sadly, I'm doing it again. So this is, it's like a 2019 cat skid. Explaining what failed. There's one of these big hoses down here. So basically they come out the pump, they go each way to the drive mechanism, which is this thing. And all the pipes are inside the track. So you can see them all attached in there. And they go through this nice hose holder here. It's like two layers of plastic. So the big catch on these hoses is you think, how am I going to get a spanner or a wrench into these? And you actually don't need to. It took me a while to figure that out. They have these quick release clips on them. They're basically retainers that stop the pipe pushing in, which is how it releases. So as long as you can get in and pull that out, then you can push the pipe in and it pulls out. The tough thing is it's quite hard to push in and you can't get your hand in. So it'd be nice if you could pull the track off, but that's a whole extra nightmare, especially if you're on your own without all the gear. And last time I managed to do it, so I'll go through it this time and show you how I did it. It might be a lot easier. So I already got the clips off, so I'm well ahead of last time. So these are the clips. Oh, there's the clips. And it doesn't actually matter if you lose them, because I did lose one last time and I was looking for it and I couldn't find the part number or anything. I even like 3D printed one, I think. And they come with the pipes. So it's a nice surprise when you get the pipe and they're on the end there, but you really struggle to find that part number. So I don't know if you lose one without buying a pipe, what you're gonna do. You don't need to buy a pipe, you just pull it off for whatever reason. And I don't know how you get them. But okay, so I've got your balance there, so you can kind of see this. So I almost managed to push it in, and you can see now, because the retainer's dropped, kind of allows it to pop out super easy. So let's try and give it a little bit of help. There we go. So we don't damage anything. It'd be a nightmare. So I just rocking it a lot. It's kind of coming out slowly. I just really want to get the pipe out so I can order the part. That's your first thing you want to do, is make sure you get the right number. Although the drawings are pretty good for this on Caterpillar parts, like always with drawings when they have pipes and schematics and stuff, it's hard to see exactly what they're pointing at. It's really hard to get any kind of grip on it. And this is the easy one. I know that because the track one's going to be exactly the same as the last one. There we go. So yeah, it's kind of easy if you climb inside the thing rather than lean over with it in your ribs as I was a minute ago. There we go. Hey, beautiful. So yeah, you're looking at these nuts and stuff, you don't need to take them off, so that'd be really difficult access. So you pull that retainer pin, you push the whole receptacle in, because that retainer pin relieves that gap, so you can close the gap and then wiggle it out as I just did. Let's give a better view on that. You can see the camera was making it look like we had a lot better access than we do. So my pipe's right down in there. So you can slide my hand down like this. And it's really hard to put any pull on it when you're doing that. Be nice to have a little handle on them or something maybe. But the screwdriver really helped. If you had like a thick, blunt object, kind of just get it started as well, because it is kind of locked in there. So we follow that down. It's this one. I don't know if I could feel the damage. I don't know if you can see the damage down there. We'll pull that pipe out in a bit and see. So when the other one went, these were all just loose in the belly here. So we're in the belly of the beast. And they basically come down from the pump over here and they split off. And it goes to your left drive and your right drive. And the last one that went was down here, and basically they just left them all free, so they rub on the base. So what I did is I basically put some of the protectant around them all, strapped them together so the stiffest one really holds the rest in place. And I kind of felt this one and knew it was a bit worn, but it wasn't gone. And they're like, well, where I am in California, they're $450 for one of these pipes. So I wasn't going to do both, just for, and then all the work involved as well. And I have to use this thing. So I kind of knew it was going to go, but I wrapped it up in this protective material. You know, this is really good because you don't need to have the pipe off with this material. You can just kind of wrap it round, coil it round. Then I strapped them all together again. So maybe I let it last longer than it was going to last. Inevitably, boom. Problem with that hose when it goes, I think it's like the lowest part of the system, so you lose your whole reservoir. So luckily we're in kind of a dusty area of my property and it's not in the middle of a road somewhere. But it's kind of worrying because you don't want to stop, but you don't want to run the thing because most of its systems run on the hydraulic pump. You don't want to damage that. So its drive is hydraulic. Also, if it happens, food for thought, just anything like this you think is going to happen, just get the bucket up and get the lock down on it and turn it off. Just doing that maneuver may make life a lot easier. Just getting that whole arm out the way. I think last time I had it down, so I did all of this with the arm in the way as well, which was a lot harder. Managed to pull this pipe back. These things are so robust, it's crazy. Really difficult to bend and move around. So we gotta just try and find this thing anyway and confirm it's the right one. We got an XT-6ES pipe, -12. I'm sure that's just the like type of pipe. So there's all different kind of diameters and pressure ratings. And then there's all that data. And then there's a sticker I cleaned off, but sadly a lot of it's rubbed away. It may not be the same as the left side, so left as you're driving. So this is the right side that's broken. We're driving. It may not be the same length because of the way they weave it. It may be just because they standardized it and they could, which would have made it a lot easier. So we got that out, ready to go. Now we have to pull this kind of fairlead setup out. This is where the 8 pipes go through. And it's in 2 layers. The first layer will come off and that's the smaller pipes. Get at it, better view here. Yeah, there it is. So those 4 outer pipes is the first layer. It's a few bolts, and then there's an inner layer you take off as well to get to those inner pipes. And then, which was probably the hardest bit for me, was getting the pipe off. I think last time I actually put a ratchet strap around the pipe, kind of give it like a choke, and I put it on the back of the vehicle and pulled it and it compressed it in, and then when I released it, I could wiggle it out again. So without taking the tread off, it's really difficult access. So yeah, let's get all these bits out. Okay, we're back. Another day. Continuation. Parts ordered. You can see why you got to put this lock on when you put this up, because the whole thing just sags over time. The whole bucket. This bucket's £1,000 on its own, a little bit more. And that whole thing has just sagged down on its own. So the arm would have done the same. and we would have had an arm in front of this whole area. That's how I did it last time, so got a lot of desire to have a different setup. So we got the pipe undone from the hydraulic motor. This is free. We could see the part number. We got that ordered ASAP. They said it takes 2 days to get it made. So now we got to get it out of the actual drive unit, the drive motor, which is this guy here, which is this thing. And initially we could probably take off this fair lead, this kind of penetration bulkhead fitting. So I know this, as I said before, it's in 2 layers. The outer layer is all these smaller pipes, and then you'll take some more bolts out and you'll get to these big ones. So once we get that loose, it should be easier to get some movement in it. This is feeling like it's going to be a lot easier than the previous, because I said I had the arm down and the arm sits here, so I was kind of trying to get my hands and arms and stuff in there to get the force on it required to release it. So let's kind of get this undone and see. Like some 8 mils. Feels like they're retained. I don't remember them being retained. Oh, that one's that. I guess this one's just got junk on it or something. Wait a sec. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get to these with the drive. So it looks like just 3 bolts. It looks like the 2 bolts on the side that are probably a 10 miller. We've lost the lower one. Can't blame me because it's the first time I've touched this. So let's just try that. We're coming at you in high fidelity now. I switched from my phone. High fidelity. We've gone from 360p to 720. If you know what that means. When I started doing videos probably almost 20 years ago on YouTube, I think it was 360p. I actually took some videos from an old JVC camcorder I had, digitized them. I was doing videos even before that, like 2003 I think. Good old days of the initial action cams, which were like these bullet cams. I'm going to get that one. But yeah, the resolution was measly, probably. So we can kind of get in the top here. I don't think I need to touch these. These are kind of for a reinforcement plate. These things are built amazing. Like I bought this, obviously second hand, but it's only 3 or 4 years old. But they're like, I mean, doing kind of forestry work. We're cleaning up the property, which was a fire property, like a wildfire. Oh, that's an 8, isn't it? Oh, that's a 10. And we've had probably, you know, 100 plus trees we'll take down, and having a skid steer with a grapple, it's kind of made it possible. It may not have been possible without that, without this. Even with the tractor was getting really beat up. So maybe I'll just pop off the kind of outer section of this fair lead. That's an aerospace term. Bulkhead. Have we got another one? I can't see. Oh, this one. It's an 8. These bolts are really long because they penetrate through this whole plastic assembly into the bulkhead. It's like fasteners on the back side of the interior. steel. These are super robust. I've read a lot about these kind of different models, and the earlier models, they had different designs that didn't work too well. They let a lot of junk penetrate inside the belly, or they made the lines more susceptible to getting destroyed. This is kind of I think this is a lot easier with that arm out the way than what it ever was before. Probably best I didn't make a video then, because I would have just been bitching. You can see that's falling out of the way now. It's still pretty tight to hand. When you mix in between the power tool and hand tool, you realise how good the power tools are, how much they save you. So yeah, this is the outer kind of casement. Just keep calling it fairlead, I like that. I'm sure people who sail know that term. And bulkhead fitting. So here, oh, 1 sec. So you need to give this like a really good shake out, because a lot of rocks will be in there and mud and stuff, so before you even try and get it out, and then it should come out easy. There you go. So it's kind of the intermediate piece. You can see the 4 pipes recessed and then the 2 big pipes. So now coming from the top, you can kind of run all those. One thing I want to do is just make sure I'm on the right pipe. I definitely don't want to disconnect this and then realize I'm on the wrong pipe. So yeah, so it is a lower one, which I thought. This big one here, and we can take this insert out, I guess. There's a bit more space. So that's the interior part of the assembly. Clean all that up before we put it back. And yeah, I think they do a good job. As I was saying before, the penetration really gives it a pinch point where the pipes are solid, and if something else drives against them, it's just going to shear them and there's nowhere they can go. So that's a kind of a design I think they've struggled with over many iterations, but they've done this quite a lot. So I don't actually see, oh, I already took it out, didn't I? The plastic pin. So we can try here and get it, see if we can ramble this in. I kind of like the design. I like the design of the retainer clips, you know, trying to get wrenches in there and stuff. But the whole compression thing, I'm not too sure about. Okay, I kind of spared you the man, that's good. I kind of spared you me setting this up, so it's pretty simple. I've got like a bit of a choke on there with a ratchet strap, and then just wrapped it to the back of here. So I'm going to try and get you a view of the shot. See if that works. So now I can ratchet on it and see. I can't actually see, but see if it'll ratchet first and not just slide. So you got a better view than I did of that. I don't feel like it went in, so maybe slip that down a bit. You probably saw better than I did. Oh, it worked. Boom. So for me it didn't feel like it moved at all, but I guess it did. So that's a solution. That's how I did it last time. It kind of works. So now we should be able to just slide this straight out. Lost my head-up display carrying the battery, so look how easy that was. Beautiful. And we can see the culprit here. So yeah, this one doesn't look as bad as the previous one. The previous one was all burst open. Supervisors here look busy. He's got a degree in business management and used to work in condiment supply, so now he's leading this engineering project. Okay, we got the parts. These guys were good. They're in San Martin, San Leonardo, or something they're called, and they said 2 days to make the pipe, but it only took 2 days from ordering it to be delivered. Job. So first things first, we'll check. And cut the pipe open. Yeah. First things first, we'll check the pipe. It looks okay. It looks okay to me. It looks perfect. Let's put it outside. Yeah, we got kind of a thing going on there. But it looks good. That's awesome. I checked all the codes and everything. To refresh, it was 5843340, and that's the right hand side when you're driving for the main power, lowest attachment, largest cable. I don't remember the other side. I couldn't find my order. I don't think I can use the online order system, so didn't save my order. So yeah, I'm gonna get this back in and sheave it then, just from where it comes through to way past where it kind of interfaces with all those other pipes, and then I'll come and put some of the helical stuff on. I thought also, because I think it's been 250-300 hours since I did an oil flush, so I got a new, we've basically done an oil flush here already. So I got a new hydraulic filter, new oil filter, so I do an oil change. Now this thing is it's like a bleed, a pressure bleed. You can actually manually bleed it here, so you can put a pipe on. And I couldn't find this for some reason. It's always been like dripping. And it's kind of located it's here. So you see it's got a pipe on already. And that pipe's got a bung on it, so it stopped. But regardless, it's kind of dripping from here. You can kind of see on my finger already. So, always dripping. So I thought I'd switch that out. It's kind of an easy one, but I couldn't find it previously when I looked. And this time it just popped up, so boom, $12, worth changing. As I said, the clips, you can see they came with a pipe. So last time I was kind of stressing about that a bit because I lost one. And 3D printed one. I found like the most robust material for oil contamination and stuff, and I thought, well, I guess I'll try that. But yeah, they came with them, so that's a relief. I don't know what you do if you kind of take it off and then lose one and you're not reordering a pipe. Then you have to give them a call and see if they can help you out. Yeah, so good look at these while they're on, I guess. It's kind of an open fitting. It's not one of those push fittings like quick release fittings or anything. It's got some kind of plastic types seal there, and then these just pull off. So the idea is that when it's on, stops it pushing in. And I guess the female side of this, when you push it in, it engages some kind of lock that can only be released by it being pushed in again, and this retainer stops it being pushed in. So it's a pretty cool idea. Quick release fitting. Yeah. So let's put that over here because I don't want to lose another one. I don't know if we need to do it in any particular way, but we're going to do it the way it came out and try and get it under there. should have paid more attention really to... Oh, I shouldn't have pulled that cap off either. Let's do it the other way. I got a nice cap on there. Okay. So I think it needs to go under this one. Plastic's getting trapped. Yeah. Where are you? There you are. There we go. There we go. So it's going to go in there. Let me clean that off a bit. But let's pull that out further and then we can thread that in. Under there. There we go. Easy mode. And does it need to go under these? I don't know. What the fuck's that electric cable doing on there? Okay. Yeah, these pipes are not the easiest thing to manipulate, so you're gonna go slow. There we go, should be good. What are you doing over here? Taking this root down? Wow. It's on its way out, buddy. What's this? Oh. Get it. Let's get in there at all. See this at all. It's really dark down there on the camera. Give it a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So we got that lined up against there now. We're just going to push it back in, and then we can put that clamp back on. Hopefully it slides straight in. I can't remember if this was difficult or not. There's no access here. You can see my hand. Like, you're gonna get scuffed up whatever you do, and all those be really, really nice if those pipes were there. But I'm not undoing all those. I think I had to on the other side. I had to undo pipes, but let's not go there. Yeah. Why is it so tight? Maybe a bit of silicone spray on there might help us a little. Let's lube the tube. Interesting. The old wiggle trick seems to work again. Oh, it's tough. There we go. The big bayonet, it's got a long way to go in. There we go, boom. So, ow, slided straight in there. That initial bit took a bit, but once it was kind of got so far in, it was good. So now we need to pull it out a little, just to get to that, there we go, that recess, so we can put that clip on. Okay, we got the clip. We got the Artwork Pro Specialist pliers. So where I drop it into the belly. It takes 10 minutes to do that again. Yeah, that's easy. Easy mode. Let's make sure that's on. So looks good. So that's one side in. And now the other side. Zoop. Got the full slime treatment going through that bulkhead. A lot of oil and stuff in there. I guess I can pull this clip off. I don't know the order of the pipes right, but probably can get this in and then slide them around each other. There we go. Oh, that was easier. Well, just access makes a lot of difference. Okay. There we go. Yeah, getting that arm out of the way just made this so much easier. But you may not have opportunity to do it. You know, if you come back to your machine and it's completely blurred, you're not lifting the arm up. I might actually fill it and run it before I put this fairlead back on, because if it's one of the other pipes has gone, then we're just going to take the fairlead off again. So okay, this seems useless. Oh. Okay. This could make a mess. Well, I'm surprised. Okay, that is not something you could do with the arm down. Let's go over, knowing that it's gonna drain some. This is sounding positive though, because I got another 5 gallons and I didn't think I'd have enough. Oh, I made a mess here. Lubricate the tracks. Can we drop it? Can we? Yeah, we can drop it. Okay, let's close the cap. There you go. How'd you do this on your own? Okay, don't do this at home. This is probably a 2-person job, because you want to lift this a bit and then make sure that stays up. This is heavy. Yeah, okay, make sure it stays up. There we go. There's jump in here. Sounds like the battery's flat for some reason. It's not good. It's got to be battery. There you go, beast. This does not fit well in here. Let's try that. Okay. Three, two. There we go, it's battery. The problem is I don't think you have long enough with this jump start. Did not sound good. Something blow? Okay, let's try this again. Reattached. Cockpit's down. Oh shit, we need a battery. This is a new battery. I must have left the ignition on or something. Looking. 58. It'll be okay. Lost confidence in these clip design now. Let it run for a little bit. Sounds good. Sounds good, Boro. Is that revs, water temperature, engine coolant temperature, hydraulics. So this is one we're really watching. I don't know if it goes up in temperature. Guess we could try it. Be really careful if you got this down, that you don't try and crush this safety mechanism. Basically you flip this lever over, which I already have, and then as it goes up it'll hook on. See it drop down there? And then as we push down, it naturally lifts it up. I guess it's been caught before. It's got trapped or something. Okay, I've driven it around a little, left it running, the fluid's still maxed, and that's pretty good. So yeah, I gotta wait for the hydraulic fluid filter. I'm gonna put this on next, do the fuel filter, the oil filter, oil change, and the hydraulic filter I'm waiting for, so I can't do that yet, so it's gonna have to run it to old. Yeah, fun job. The connectors are interesting. It's hard to know when they are left that on there. It's hard to know when the connectors are engaged. I guess there's a technique, but I couldn't find anything online about them, and it all looks pretty good. Engine's running warm. So it's back to normal now. Let's use it for a day and see. So, okay, see you in the next one.